Hello. Okay, walking up. Just I had to pay parking and I forgot I can't go live without taking the picture for the parking. Blah blah blah. Anyways, I'm here at the police commission. How do I get rid of this thing? Oh no. All right. All right. I can't see who's in chat or what, but hopefully you can hear me. I'm going in. We'll see. I'm a little early. Oh, good. Hi, guys. Hi. Okay. Guys. Going in the bag. I just put the whole thing in.
Yes.
Or-
Yeah. What'd you come around with?
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, because it's not a quick round, so yeah.
Now my visitor audit's not here, so I'm gonna to do what she does. Good morning. Okay, so you come in and you sign up. Is it day the 9th, I think. June.
Different for a second. Yeah, that's the early. From the general. What the general bear. In the doc. I seen him in something else too. Like he's
All I just put all agenda item my 30 minutes. Lara FM. All right, and then you give this to
I gotta move. How's it going? Where's the audit at?
Do something in the valley, so she was worried she wasn't going to make it if she came here. I don't know. I'm trying to attempt to do what she does on the live streams. It's nerve wracking. It's so annoying because now I have to like pay attention to this, and I'm like, I want to talk about James Richardson. Like I want to go hard now. It's insane. They're insane. Anyways, so, but I'm like, but I am. It's so annoying. You guys are annoying. I was kidding. But I'm gonna do James Richardson hard because that's why they went after that. He's the head of Scientology. Hold on, I have to mute. Okay, chat. Sorry. Hi. Let's leave this open in case. Okay, guys.
Who needs to find commissioner?
My phone, we got streets. I was just talking to streets about some stuff going on.
And it's the skill.
I look sleepy. Okay, here we go. So they're gonna start the meeting soon, guys.
Please. You missed like a month of meeting. You doing break and show your face here?
Hey Jim, what's with that bullshit OIS presentation? They asked for surrounding agencies, a comparison, and you did a national one. You do every year anyway. You don't want to show that Long Beach had 0 shootings last year while you guys skyrocketed. Now we saw the LASD, they went way down, but you guys skyrocketed. I imagine every agency in Southern California saw OISs go down, but under your leadership, it skyrockets. So that's what you're trying to hide. You're playing games right now with this presentation. It's bullshit.
About to get started. Good morning, fellow commissioners, Chief McDonald, Executive Director Jacob Sick, Inspector General Matthew Banagan, Managing Senior Assistant City Attorney Carlos de la Guerra, and Secretary and members of the public. Today is Tuesday, June 8th, 2026. It is 9:32 a.m. This is a regular meeting. Secretary, please call the roll. Thank you. You welcome everyone this morning, both in person and online. We want to ensure all members of the public can access our meetings. So if you need any translation services or accommodations, we encourage you to contact the board secretary in advance of our meetings as explained in our written agenda. These meetings are regular meetings between the board and the department. We welcome feedback from the public during the public comment period, which will be heard during item number 2 on the agenda. Public comment is your opportunity to address the board. You can speak to any item on the agenda of the jurisdiction of the board. Please meet. We will dedicate a total of 45 minutes to public comment. During that time, if you are called as a speaker, you can have a total of up to 3 minutes to speak. If you wish to speak on both agenda items and general public comment as explained in the agenda. While we welcome public attendance at our meetings, disruptive behavior will not be tolerated and will be cause for removal. You will receive just 1 warning, and if you continue disrupting the meeting, you will be asked to leave and be removed from the meeting. With that, we can move on to item number 1 on the agenda. This is for the chief police chief.
No.
The chief, where's the chief at? That diary fool wandered off.
He tripped and walked out.
The old man wandered away. He's wandering around the halls right now.
Where's the chief? Mr. McDonald. Maybe he's meeting up with James Richardson.
Yeah. Oh, weird guy.
James Richardson, the security chief internationally. Scientology's security chief. Where is McDonald? Street said something and then he left. He got scared. He was like, oh God, I can't handle streets right now. They're literally holding the meeting for Jim.
And I have no info on why he left or that.
I didn't, we just, yeah.
But she clearly didn't know that.
You gotta get Doc to tell him what to say.
It's like, where's my papers? Maybe they gotta fix the report.
There's not.
We're literally waiting for the chief, guys.
Like he says every week, it should be a written presentation. Let it be a written presentation. We don't need them.
Just get him right on here. Everybody else is getting robots. Why don't we get a robot?
I mean, she didn't know that. So
Yeah.
they stuff back. So they're just waiting on a mystery of why he left.
He didn't tell me. He didn't say anything. He's got the- Where's his? Where are his handlers? At? The chief abandoned the meeting.
Did it just sweat?
He's walking around the middle of First Street.
Like they don't know what to do. They're just feels weird.
So pilots, they went down at the Strait of Hormuz and was picking them up in a robot boat.
We're literally waiting.
Robot.
It's so rude. He didn't say anything. He just wandered off.
Okay, he's coming in. Is he go? Woo!
Where'd you go wandering off to?
It's your binder.
Get that man some Depends.
Get 3.
Dominic told you what to say, Jim.
Assuming the meeting, Pete McDonald.
Morning. Morning, President Shields, Commissioners, Inspector General Barragan, City Attorney De La Guerra, Executive Director Sylvia. Today's report will cover the prior week period. I'll highlight key events for our current stats and provide an update on our current staffing level. On June 5th at around 4:15 a.m., Pacific Patrol Division uniformed outfit responded to a radio call of a robbery in the 5,000 block of West Manchester Boulevard. The comments to the call indicated that the victim was following the suspect. Upon arrival, officers contacted the victim, who directed them to the suspect. The suspect was seated inside a parked vehicle. Officers ordered the suspect to exit the vehicle and surrender. However, he refused and drove away. Officers followed the suspect and activated their emergency license siren in an attempt to conduct a traffic stop. When the suspect failed to yield, officers initiated a vehicle pursuit. The pursuit continued on to the northbound 405. As the suspect approached the Howard Hughes Parkway overpass, he stopped his vehicle and fired 1 round from the driver's side window. The suspect then resumed driving, and the pursuit continued northbound until he stopped south of Jefferson Boulevard. The suspect exited his vehicle while armed with a black handgun and faced the pursuing officers. Officers issued numerous commands for the suspect to drop the weapon. However, he refused to comply, and an officer involved shooting occurred. The suspect was struck by gunfire, fell to the ground, and dropped a handgun. Officers approached, the fire department responded, and transported the suspect to a local hospital where he was later found deceased. A loaded 9mm semi-automatic polymer radio handgun, commonly referred to as a ghost gun, was recovered and was evidence. No officers or community members were injured during the incident. Force Investigation Division personnel responded to the scene and assumed investigative responsibility for this incident. Year to date, we're at 10 officer-involved shootings compared to 19 at the same point last year. Operation Save MacArthur Park. On June networks and restore public safety in and around. Building upon previous successful operations, LAPD gang and narcotics personnel, Rampart Division officers, and federal partners have maintained a sustained presence in the area through targeted enforcement. This operation was focused on accountable those who experience addiction, victimize vulnerable community members, and contribute to crime and disorder within the park and surrounding business corridors. The operation resulted in numerous arrests and citations for public nuisance violations. Operation Save MacArthur Park reflects a long-term commitment to reclaiming the park for residents, families, and businesses by improving public safety, enhancing quality of life, and supporting broader efforts to address substance abuse and homelessness. Numerous FIFA-related events, the Los Angeles Police Department continues to work closely with the Emergency Management Department, Los Angeles City Fire Department, Department of Transportation, federal law enforcement partners, and other city stakeholders to ensure a safe, secure, and enjoyable experience for residents and visitors.
This audit is not in the chat.
Through daily coordination meetings, intelligence sharing, operational planning, and resource assessment, the LAPD is and its partners are continuously evaluating and strengthening situational awareness, emergency response capability, transportation management plans, and public safety strategy. These collaborative efforts are designed to address the unique challenges associated with large-scale international events while maintaining essential public safety services throughout the city. The Los Angeles Police Department remains committed to proactive planning, preparedness, and partnership as we welcome thousands of visitors from around the world. Together with public safety and government partners, we will continue to refine our plans, the resources necessary, provide a safe, memorable FIFA experience for all who attend. On June seventh, the Street Racing Task Force responded to reports of a large gathering of vehicles unlawfully driving within the Los Angeles River. Utilizing real-time aerial support from the drone unit, officers observed numerous vehicles, including some occupied by children, traveling southbound through the river channel. A coordinated enforcement plan was developed, directing the group back toward their point of entry at San Fernando Road and the 110 freeway, where LAPD and partner agency resources conducted enforcement operations. The operation involved personnel from the LAPD Street Racing Task Force, Central and South Bureau Surgeon, Drone Unit, and the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department as trap team. Enforcement actions resulted in 2 felony arrests for concealed firearms and vehicles, 84 misdemeanor arrests for loitering in the Los Angeles River, and the impounding of 72 vehicles. Over the past week, our office of detectives have remained proactive in enforcement efforts and diligent in their investigations. While numerous arrests and cases involve prosecution, far more time than time allows to highlight, the tireless work of our department members continued to deliver meaningful results. Notable accomplishments included the arrest of 2 arson suspects, the arrest and filing of charges against a robbery series suspect responsible for 5 business robberies, the arrest of 4 South American theft group members linked to multiple residential burglaries, recovery of multiple firearms and thousands of pounds of narcotics, and the organized retail theft and cargo theft task force investigations that resulted in several arrests and the recovery of over millions of dollars in stolen Apple products, along with nearly $200,000 in proceeds from the sale of stolen goods. Our personnel will continue these efforts with the same level of dedication and resolve, committed to identifying, apprehending, and holding accountable those who seek to victimize the residents, businesses, and visitors of Los Angeles, ensuring they are brought to justice and prosecuted for their crimes. On June 6th, LAPD monitored and managed protest activity centered around the Federal Detention Center in downtown Los Angeles. The event began with a vehicle caravan of approximately 20 vehicles and later grew to roughly 100 demonstrators, with periodic roadway blockages occurring along Alameda Street. Following repeated warnings and dispersal orders, enforcement actions were taken. The protest concluded at approximately 9:15 p.m. with 3 LAPD arrests, 1 battery on a police officer, and 2 for vandalism. 3 citations were issued at 2 vehicles impounded. The Federal Protective Service also made 3 arrests, 1 for disorderly conduct and vandalism, 1 for impeding, and 1 for assault on a federal employee. There were no uses of force, no officer injuries, and no complaints reported. Crime for the week ending June 6th. All analysis is based on offense count except for homicide and victim shot through June 6th. Compared year-to-date 2025, combined persons and property crimes are down 12.4%, with person crimes down 4.1% and property crimes down 14.6%. Homicides have decreased 5.8%, or 6 fewer victims year-to-date. Victims shot are down 26.2%, or 140 fewer victims year-to-date. Aggravated assaults are down 2.7, or 176 fewer crimes to date. Robberies are down 5.8%, or 183 fewer crimes. For the week ending June 6, robberies increased by 17.4%, with 162 robberies compared to 138 the previous week. While robberies have increased from the previous week, we continue to implement and assess enforcement strategies while closely monitoring crime trends to ensure an effective and timely department response. Firearms recovered down 1.9% year-to-date through May 31st, for a slight decrease over the same period last year. Burglaries are down 1,623 crimes, representing a reduction of 30% year-to-date. For the week ending June 6, burglaries decreased by 7.5% compared to the prior week. Residential burglaries are down 30.3% year-to-date, and down 48.7% in Operation Valley Bureau. Non-residential burglaries are down just under 30% year-to-date. Motor vehicle thefts are down 25.2% year-to-date, representing 2,269 fewer thefts compared to this time last year. The department's current staffing levels stands at 8,567 sworn personnel and 2,412 civilian employees, as well as 351 reserve officers. Of our sworn workforce, 387 employees are currently on injured on duty status, 26 are on long-term sick or FMLA leave, and 275 are working with duty restrictions, bringing the total to 688 sworn personnel, or approximately 8% of our workforce who are not at full duty status. On the civilian professional staff side, 50 employees are on injured on duty status, 46 on long-term sick or FML leave, and 105 are working with duty restrictions, totaling 201 civilian employees, or about 8.3% of the civilian workforce not at full duty. This concludes my report to the commission this morning, Madam President.
Thank you. And I'll start with questions from my fellow commissioners. Commissioner Taylor.
He has to think about.
Chief, report, welcome back. Chief, last week in your absence, I asked Deputy Chief Tenders, who was sitting in, when we might see when this investigation should Keith Parker completed it.
Keith Porter.
Keith Porter.
Not Kevin. Last time he said Kevin. Doesn't even care.
2 weeks. Is there any update in that time frame and how I can work?
It is still pending. They are still working the case through, preparing it for a presentation, prosecution to the district attorney staff. I will follow up and get you an updated assessment on it. I don't have that due today.
Actually, I have no.
Oh my God, so dumb. Look at that.
You asked him last week. He knew about
Two comments. Last week, we had a really good presentation and frankly dialogue on CPRA. And, frankly, some of the deficiencies there. I just want to bring your attention. I hope you get a debrief of that dialogue. I think there were some good suggestions on how to increase staffing in that area to one, better serve the community, to be compliant. That wouldn't have any adverse effect on budget, or any red tape there. So I just want to share that to make sure that in your attention. The other thing that I wanted to bring up is now that the budget has been passed, I'm curious where things ended up with the funding for the new 911. And we know how important that is. And, curious if we know that where that is, and if not, get an understanding of that as quickly as possible.
Sure, the budget's not completed yet. It still has to be signed off by the mayor and go through one further step before it gets to the mayor, I believe. We have requested the upgrades for communications division, something very important to all of us. The safety and morale issue certainly, and the equipment that they're working with over there, the consoles and so forth, over 45 years old. Very important to us. Communications division has already met with several contractors that are pre-approved by the city and the state. So we use an approved contractor. We wouldn't have to go through the RFP process. In all likelihood, we'd be going with one of those approved vendors as fail-safe. We're also starting the paperwork for the RFP process. So if there's no delay, then we'll be able to move forward once we get the word that the budget has been approved in that regard. The goal is to start work in September at the downtown facility, and then the first of the year in the Valley facility. And we would shift the personnel from the Valley to downtown and the downtown to the Valley while that's being undertaken.
Great. If we can just be kept in the loop on ultimately where the budget comes in and if there's any shortfalls.
Thanks, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you. And to kind of piggyback on what Commissioner Scowen mentioned about the CPRA presentation last week, we did ask for some follow-up presentations. So that'll be something that I think the Executive Director Sibley will be working with the department to get a fairly future presentation. And as we mentioned last week, the presentation on the pre-touch stops will be coming to the commission later this month. And there were a couple of other, requests for presentations. One relates to the gang units and understanding what the department is going to be doing proactively. So identify and make sure that other departments or other divisions don't have any of the same errors. And also wanting to understand what the gang units functions are, and how they impact public safety. So I hope that will be something that Executive Director Sibley works with the department to get on in kind of short order. And I think from comments from both Commissioner Stovin and other presentations, we've been in just, everything that's happening, both at City Council and neighboring areas, the increased interest in ALPR use. So I do want us to agendize, the next few weeks, the issue of what is the department doing, what is the status.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, unless anyone has any other questions at all, I will move to item number 2 on the agenda, public comment. Secretary, please call the first speaker. First up, we have Lara. Hi.
Hello, I'm Victor Carrillo's sister. I'm just want to be part of this. Sorry, it's really sad. I'm his big sister, and he's my little brother. He actually an amazing guy. He was never a bad person. Potentially, he became like this because we grew up in the foster care. And the only reason why he became like this because my mom was diagnosed with colon cancer stage 3. And they gave her 6 months to live, but she died sooner. And I wasn't there because I was in the foster home. And my brother was there when my mom passed away in her bed. And when I talked to him, he told me that mom passed away and that's going to affect him. And it did affect him. We lost her when we were 13 and 14 years old. And he told me, he's like, I can't take this no more. That mom passed away due to colon cancer. He didn't know my mom was sick for a couple of years because she was scared how he was going to become. She knew that if he found out my mom was sick with colon cancer, he was going to be something else that he's not. He was a sweet little boy, innocent, but just when my mom passed away, everything changed on both of our sides, my life and his life. But it was worse for him because he was so close to my mom. And he couldn't take her passing away, that he saw her in her bed passing. He was never this, he has mental health issues because of my mom's passing away. I do too. And I'm still grieving my brother's death. And I know it's not okay. What he did, I know it's the wrong. There could have been other solutions to solve this. But my bro was a good person. He was caring, loving. He was always protecting his family, his friends, anybody that's around him. He was never evil. He just was like this because my mom's passing away. That was almost a decade that she passed away on June 11th at 10 p.m. And he told me he was suffering from the pain and stuff. And he became this person. He would say he wished he was never like this. He wished he was a happy person. But it's just our mom passed away. And he said it completely destroyed him. Because losing a mom at a young age is not normal. And growing up in the foster care. And we suffered through a lot through the foster care. And he thought doing the wrong was going to make him happy, ignore. He was just trying to run away from the pain, but it didn't work out. He just wished that he was not like this. From what he told me before he passed away, he said The only thing he wanted was like, I wish I had my family back together, my mom and you. It didn't happen. And I love him and I miss him so much.
Thank you. I'm sorry for your loss.
Okay, thank you.
Say his name, Victor Carrillo.
Victor Carrillo. Victor Carrillo. Victor Carrillo.
Next, we have Lara FM.
That was hard to hear. I'm sorry. A lot of these issues stem from mental illness. Scientology doesn't allow mentally ill people to get help. This lady was just begging to, her son was saying, I wish I wasn't like this. That's my brother. That's a lot of the people that unalive themselves in Scientology. There's so many things that could be done. Like I've requested Jim, I begged, I said, is it possible that an ethical, fair, authorized mental, authorized some psychologists can go and do wellness checks on the elderly. I have books that I meant to bring up, but I can't because it's just too much. You guys, we gotta get straight to the point. Over the last 50 years, kids have been speaking about their past in the cult of Scientology. We have people who have recently been, the last 5 years, who have had the guts to speak up. And that means losing their family. That means losing everything because the person in the cult who's been in for 60 years being a slave to an organization that funds the LAPD for no reason. A lot of these people were born and raised in this or have families that have literally been tied to Scientology for so long they can't get out. And it's like the LAPD, you guys can't get out. But you have to. You have to do it without Karen Bass's approval. Karen Bass was on their stage 12 years ago. She still has not denounced herself. I don't give a fuck what Karen Bass's orders are. Period. She's a literal robot being run by money, and you guys all know it. And then she's running you guys. Go get the internal members of Scientology help. Don't just allow them to lock up all the buildings because kids were on TikTok and YouTube trying to promote the crimes of Scientology and how empty their buildings are. They're not helping the city whatsoever. They're using up the city. They have the most land in LA, Los Angeles buildings just to get money made so that they have more and more money off of property taxes and whatever the fuck to spend on lawyers and get people to donate more money against people who are trying to expose these crimes. It's very simple. Last weekend, the L. Ron Hubbard Way was shut down without a permit. They did not get approved for a permit. How is that okay? If that was anywhere else, they're using these permits to recruit people into this cult. You wonder why it keeps going? Because you take their money and then you allow them to continue to have permits. Stop it. Get a mental wellness check done on every elderly internally in the C organization.
We have
Chief, I only have 3 minutes, so I'm gonna be quite forward. You're not doing a good job as chief of police. As PIO, I'd give you an A. But there's been no positive change to brag about with this department since it began. I'm sure by now you've read the story in the Times on how certain individuals can just buy their way into the LAPD. Chief, you have supported this since you began serving in the You attended a Christmas party at Monty's that was funded by the nonprofit LOPD Valley Bureau Foundation, ran by Larry Stern. That cost tens of thousands of dollars. Money, to my understanding, that was not approved through this commission. You recently attended a going away party that OVB posted on Instagram for Paula Breland for her service as the LAPD Bureau Foundation. Chief, you're hanging around Larry and company Giving him impossible access to the LAPD, no other civilian has. I know because I seen it with my own eyes when I was a co-chair for 7 years. The other co-chairs at the time were not very fond of Larry Stern. According to a letter sent by Attorney General Rob Bonta, the LAPD Valley Bureau Foundation was not even registered with his office. They were sent a letter to do so in 2020, and in 2024, they were still out of compliance. And the AG sent another letter to submit all needed paperwork. To put it simply, they were not allowed to raise money, and they continued to do so. As of today, they are still out of compliance. All of this, and you're cheering them on, Chief, and allowing it to happen. This is all public information that I did my research on. Larry Stern is getting special treatment and access to our LAPD's top brass for special favors. I know that Dominic Choi drove all the way from Orange County to Ventura County to attend a Super Bowl party at Larry Stern's house with Luna. Go ahead and email Larry at lstern@lapd-ovb.org. Can somebody tell me why he has an email address that looks like an official LAPD email? The domain belongs to the foundation and even lists a tax ID number. But back to the letter sent from the Attorney General. It clearly says they may not engage in any activity, including but not limited to solicitation of charitable donations. But our do-nothing Chief McDonald turns his cheek just like he turns his cheek the other way on Scientology and command staff officers who abuse women, like Deputy Chief German Hurtado. This department needs to do better. God bless the LAPD. For the rest of my time.
Next, we have Michael B.
Oh,
Wasn't like a shot of bless your heart type thing. That's all good. Put it out there.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Larry. First to item today. First here, it's a statement of opposition to the recommendation of Hollywood Car Carrier's official police garage. Respectfully urge the commission to reject the recommendation to award an official police garage services to Rampart Division of Hollywood Car Carrier. More than 50 years, the OPG's contracts have been among the most sought after and exclusive service agreements within the Los Angeles Police. Historically, the selection process recognized the qualifications, experience, and performance of incumbent operators, creating a predictable framework for contract renewals of service continuity. In recent years, OPG operators have faced declining impound volumes and significant increases in operating costs. As a result, there have been few outside bidders for OPG contracts. This is largely due to the longstanding understanding that incumbent operators will generally seek renewal and be reviewed as the most qualified candidates. Consequently, other operators have often been reluctant to invest the substantial time and expense required to prepare competitive bids. This appears to have been the case with the Rampart Division. Existing OPG and other operators do not submit bids because there was a reasonable expectation that Retail's Rampart would seek renewal of its contract. By the time it became known that the operator would not continue, the opportunity for neighboring OPG operators and others to participate meaningfully in the process had effectively passed. Under these circumstances, the department had established an available. Under these circumstances, the department had an established alternative available. According to CID, the original contingency plan was to divide Rampart Division among existing OPG operators, consistent with the model being used for North Hollywood currently. Following the loss of Archer's violence service, responsibilities were distributed among OPG operators neighboring, and that remains in place today. North Hollywood has never been rebid or has been replaced with an OPG been selected. Why was the same approach not utilized for Rampart Division? If the department chose to select a provider from a CHP approved vendor list rather than utilize neighboring OPG operators, what criteria were used to identify and select Hollywood Car Carrier? How many companies were considered? What factors distinguish Hollywood Car Carrier from the other approved vendors? Having been involved in and around the OPG system for more than 40 years, this recommendation is inconsistent with how OPG contracts have been handled.
Over that time, my father and I, as well as many others, participated in many OPG bidding opportunities, cumulative hundreds of thousands of dollars in returns, preparing and submitting proposals. Despite those efforts, myself and most others unsuccessful on many occasions. The experience reflects the competitive and rigorous OPG selection process. So, for those reasons, I respectfully request that the commission refrain from approving the recommendation, instead require that OPG Rampart be refitted for the competitive bidding process.
Thank you. Next, we have Ahmed Ali.
She's calling it, guys.
Good morning. I want to talk again about Scientology and I support Anderson FM just out. They need to have mental health checks. They need to have the police look into the victims that have come forward. I know we always keep hearing about statute of limitations, but there's just been a historic story after story after story of the same crimes. And one of the problems is their lawyer, Kendrick Moxon. And I know right now he's going after me very hard. And what they do is they he had an investigator who was a former cop, Eugene Ingram. Okay, LAPD couldn't get rid of him quick enough. They got rid of him. So what did Moxon do? He took him on as his investigator, and so that to ruin and actually wreck lives of anyone like Graham Berry, anyone that was going after Scientology. I can't tell you how many dogs have been killed by of the people who have protested Scientology, or the victims of Danny Masterson. 3 dogs, were killed for those 3 Jane Does. It's ridiculous. And now he's coming after me. Well, I am not one to be quiet about it. He's upset with me because I am talking about James Richardson.
Yep.
Okay, who's a high level
Pedophile.
who's on your clergy council. He dated I believe she was 14 at the time, married her at 16. He was an adult second in command of security at Celebrity Center. They get to do all that. My concern is I don't want this guy around cadets. Now, he can't marry any cadet unless they're a Scientologist. So he can't marry another child cadet if they're not a Scientologist. But they so actively recruit that who knows if they're recruiting, the parents to bring their child in. And then he could marry her. And I'm concerned. I don't want this guy around cadets. And I think you should look into his history. But definitely Kendrick Moxon. This man has been getting away with so much criminal activity because he hires sleazy investigators to do his job. He was an unindicted co-conspirator in the biggest infiltration of the federal government, known as Operation Snow White. You guys have to please educate yourselves on this. None of the stuff is changing. The fact that he's still able to operate and what they're doing, and they're still attacking these Jane Does. These Jane Does live in terror to this day. And now they're trying so hard to get Danny Masterson out of prison for serial rape. Okay. And and they are attacking the Jane Does. They're still, I know one topic, still in terror to this day of the fair gaming. And I'm not afraid of him. He's coming after me, whatever. I haven't committed any crimes, whatever. So if he tries to manufacture stuff like he did for other people, it'll come out, it'll be shown. And maybe that's the fact.
Thank you.
Yes. Good job on it. Fuck yeah.
LAPD is still actively drafting its $1 contract with Fuxk Safety, a surveillance company helping build out a digital dragnet that targets, tracks, and criminalizes young people across this country. And there's no police department more dangerous to possess this power than the LAPD. Fuxk built a searchable database of people's movements. Every car ride, every pickup, every school drop-off, every neighborhood young people move through becomes searchable police intelligence. And this surveillance is already being aimed directly at youth. We now know Fuxk employs access cameras in science spaces used by children, including playgrounds, schools, swimming pools, and even children's gymnastics rooms, in order to demonstrate surveillance technology to police departments around the country. Think about how disturbing that is. Children became sales memos for a surveillance corporation. Their movements, their families, their daily lives turned into product testing for the expansion of the police state. And across the country, school
Sounds like the Sea Org.
mass massive national surveillance network accessed by thousands of police agencies, including agencies collaborating directly with ICE and Border Patrol. School cameras are now being searched for immigration investigations. Children and parents are being targeted at school pickup and drop off. Schools are becoming surveillance hubs for deportation infrastructure. That is not safety, that is state violence. And LAPD has a long documented history of criminalizing youth long before Fuxk ever existed. LAPD also has a history of abusing youth, including systemic abuse in their own cadet and youth programs. This department helped build gang databases that label children as criminals before they could even speak. 42 people listed in Cal Gang as less than 1 year old. 1 year old. That tells you everything you need to know about how policing works. It's not about public safety, it's not about service, it's about speculation, suspicion, surveillance, violence, about building lists of disposable people. LA spent decades targeting black and brown youth through gang induction, gang policing, self-interest, quick views, and so-called predictive policing programs, treated entire enemy territory. Young people have among the first target of the stalkers that in LAPD wants a history with AI surveillance infrastructure capable of tracking across the in real time. A young person should not have to grow up knowing every movement might be logged into the police database. Not have to wonder whether driving to school, visiting family, attending a protest, or simply existing in public will place them into another police file. But that is exactly the future and reality LAPD and Fuxk are building. Fuxk does not protect youth. It conditions them to live under permanent surveillance. It teaches an entire generation that they are always being watched, always suspicious, always one database search away from penalization. And when you hand this power to an institution with LAPD's history and current reality of targeting Black, brown, immigrant, poor, and unhoused youth, we know what that outcome will be. More policing, more harassment, more criminalization, more deportation, and more cages. No amount of policy language or so-called oversight changes what the system is designed to do, to cause harm. Terminating all partnerships with Fuxk safety now.
Yes. Nice. Excuse me.
I keep hearing about this surveillance system, Fuxk safety, making us safer. But safer for who? Protect us from who? We need more resources for women, not more surveillance. Now let me talk to you about body cameras. In 2022, my girlfriend Anna was arrested. The arresting officer was a male, of course. And when they were putting her in handcuffs, she said she was a female and asked for a female officer. And he said, "My body camera is on, if as if that's supposed to make her feel safe." He grabbed her breast in private area and repeatedly asked for a female officer. But he instead, the male officer continued to sexually molest her. Hey, Rosh, have you ever been molested or sexually humiliated by an LOPD? Probably not. They tried the case 3 years later and brought their evidence, but they would not produce the body camera footage of her arrest. Her public defender asked for the video. They refused to present it. Even though the arresting officer himself stated, "My body camera was on," and I did that when she was arrested after stating multiple times, "I am a female." When cops come to court to testify, they did not bring the body camera footage. They had 3 years to bring that footage. For this very day, why is this being presented? You want to fuck body cameras, but for whose benefit? Let me guess. The safety of LPD. And then when she was in jail, they continued to humiliate her, transferring her from one module to the next. Poor women, they targeted her because she's a masculine. They made her strip down and spread them. But of course, the sergeant of the footage and said that was simply part of a training exercise. She's a human being, not a fucking lab rat that you can test and train on. If we were to file a lawsuit, I bet you all the money in the world, all the surveillance would mysteriously disappear. It comes down to a genuine accountability. They're supposed to protect and serve, but how are we supposed to protect ourselves against the police? Don't you guys go through boot camp training as officers? Do you guys have to bend over and sweat them? I don't think you do. They would never do that to a fellow officer. So, I'm here today to demand that the LAPD end their partnership with Fuxk Safety now.
Yes.
y'all. Yeah, so.
Good job, you guys.
We're here to demand a lot of things, and we know we're not gonna get them from you motherfuckers because you're corrupt, so we don't really care. I just wanna lay out some of the harms and draw some comparisons. Basically, flock safety is something that allows the police and the government to surveil all people at all times. Every camera records the movement data and, you know, any other photo evidence, pictures of the car, people who are near the car, cars that are near the car. In the hands of the LAPD, we know that that data will not be used for anything that furthers the goals of the people. We need look no further than Keith Porter or any of the other people murdered by the state this year or in the past to understand that even when the LAPD knows who murdered someone, they don't give a fuck. And so, what flock cameras are stolen cars and for property crimes, and we know that McDonald thinks every one of those matters. Not every life ended by the police. Not every person, you know, whose future is stolen by being incarcerated. No, just property crimes. Everyone matters, right, Jim? Rasha, I know you never pay attention during these, but you and Danny both look tired.
Asleep before.
Danny has fallen asleep before, and Danny's also always rubbing his eye. And I don't know, you know, I'm not a doctor, but I do know that, you know, eye strain is sometimes a sign of stress. And I understand why you would be stressed, being a person sitting in that chair, looking people in the face, like they probably all the as you do fucking nothing to fix it. And Raja, I don't really have much to say to you. Except, you know, outside what I said last week, it was just that you must be dumb as fuck to still be on this commission.
And the president.
And the president of this commission. Thank you, Joe. And Jeff, I also don't really know why you're here except to sell cars to the police. You know, that guy came up earlier and talked about the garage contracts. I fear there may be some corruption as far as the contract getting processed in this department. And I think you could probably take advantage of it without taking public heat and being embarrassed every fucking week for being here. You know, you all pretend to care about whatever it is their special interests is. You know, we got Jeff, the technologist. We got Rasha, the supporter of women, you know, right there on the vanguard. We got Danny doing whatever the fuck it is he does. I noticed there are only 3 commissioners again this week. Why is that? Where did Teresa go? Why did she step down? I don't think it was threats. Do you think maybe she just decided that this commission isn't worth being on and it's just not worth the public embarrassment and risk that is associated with being a pig in this room? Fuck you, Jim.
Not easy, guys, not easy. Thank you, Anne, again and again and again. You all have memberships.
Several things on the agenda today, so let's start off with this $51 billion contract working to Motorola Solutions for the record management system. Now, goddamn $51 million contract has put Santa. Go figure. Right? And this has already been signed by the city attorney, and they're already working on it starting back in January 2025. But let's just kind of go back a little bit that how this pay for play things happen. So Motorola started off back in 2006 or something with giving about $1.3 million donation. Then they provided a whole bunch of technology, which covered Jordan Downs with all kinds of surveillance equipment. This is when Bill Bratton was on the board. Motorola is now getting its feet into this thing. It had been around for a minute before that as well. Bill Bratton leaves, and by 2010, he's appointed on the board of Motorola. That's what's happening, right? And now Motorola is, and when you talk about record management system, we've been following its progression since 2015. And the letter we sent to the commission back in, if you all remember, in March of 2025, mapping out the information sharing, Cochlink or Crime Tracer is central to the record management system. The FBI confirmed itself that the LAPD and ICE confirmed itself that through the National Data Exchange System, that the LAPD is very much linked up through that coupling with the recommended management system. I mean, it gets kind of complicated, but we have traced this whole information sharing. And when we talk about that the LAPD is directly responsible for the whereabouts and who undocumented folks are, mass deportation, seeking abortion seekers, thinking of flock with this shit, that's exactly what you're talking about. Same thing now, all of a sudden, this one contract is going to be renewed till 2038 or something like that, or whatever. Yeah, the 27 or whatever long. Well, 10 years contract. Yeah, this is going to be a 10-year contract. $51 million. That's where the money goes to the state. Topic is also now you're looking at the automated justice information system, LifeScan, justice data interface controllers, California law enforcement telecommunication system, to name a few. That's where the links are. Same thing about Axon. Same thing about Axon that started off by giving donations and started off by funneling money through the police foundation. Charlie Beck ended up on the board of Axon's Axon's ethics board as well. And then we have, of course, Joe Buscayen, who is the lead the lobbyist for flock safety. Joe Buscayen, for the next LAPD. Small is to say when we talk about this. Who gives a fuck about the lives of people? Who gives a fuck about mass deportation? Who gives a fuck about mass abductions and all of that? And that's why we are here every week to expose, to disrupt, and build our knowledge and build this collective learning to fight back, to shut this shit down, and shut this fucking flawed thing down.
Yes. Shut it all down.
Hey guys, I'm just saying that any morning where flock and surveillance is happening is not a good morning in this country, okay? I want to tell you a little bit about myself. You guys don't know me, but the police, if you guys are doing your job, you know. I have been labeled a black identity terrorist in this nation because I worked in an investment firm in 2015 and I also protested at the same time. This is why we say people's names and we get it correct, okay? Rice, George Floyd, Amir Aubrey, Keith Porter.
Mhm.
And get it right. It's about the facts. You guys know your facts, and you know that when you make a mistake, what that does to us, okay? It's the FBI and the police work together. Who is the real villain in this situation? When everyone is spied on, anyone can be targeted by you thugs, and all of us are looking to you for solutions. Is it time to abolish all the police? I think it might be.
Yeah.
As we go to talking about your agenda of ALPR, specifically Fuxk Safety, which is targeting gender affirming care and sexual orientation policing, there is no escape. There is no leveling up from this. There is no end to this social enforcement. You guys have to end this now. You are the villains, and you have to end this police spy. Now, I will tell you about some of the pending California legislation around flock. We have AB 1355, which is a bill created under a title called California Location Privacy Act, which provides in part that a covered entity, not including a state or local agency or any court of California, clerk of the court, or a judge or justice thereof shall not collect or process the location information of an individual unless doing so is necessary to provide goods or services requested by the individual. We also have another Senate Bill 274, which excludes a public transit operator, a local department of transportation or public works department, or an airport operator from the definition of an ALPR operator or an ALPR end user. You can already see that some of the terminology is loose enough for even Metro to have access to Flock's camera data. You are the villain. The point is not to continue to seek transparency from Flock. The point is to end Flock.
Yes, and flux.
Transparency is the illusion. More surveillance is not decreasing violence on women, on gays, or on transsexual people. I counter even that your actions are criminalizing the most vulnerable in our communities, that you're grooming and setting them up just to knock them down so that you look tough on crime. You are the villains in this story, okay? End police spying and flock safety now. Thank you.
Yes. Woo!
As mentioned, this week's agenda includes just around $51 million in upgrades to LEP's Premier One Speak the Records Management System, computer-aided dispatch, and other digital weapons. Let's not forget Motorola or Vigilant Solutions, same name, same brand, different name. It's the same company that LAPD also contracts with for automatic license plate readers, hundreds of them actually. While Fuxk cameras come under scrutiny, we can't forget that it's all automatic license plate readers, including Motorola and Axon, whose data is being shared with ICE, whose data is being used to stalk women and criminalize children. Last week, Jeff, you were asking about a few things. One of them being Fuxk Safety and also the Information Technology Bureau report, which still hasn't been released for 2025. Is it because the department has something that it needs to hide? Many weeks ago, after we came here to expose the harm of Fuxk Safety, the department decided that it would do a quote unquote audit of itself. First of all, you can't audit yourself, but beyond that, you haven't even audited yourself. It's no surprise that LAPD and the city attorney are already drafting a new contract with Fuxk Safety, and your audit is seemingly still in the works. Is your reticence in releasing your self audit because you want to wait until the new contract is cemented first? Beyond that, you revamped and reallocated some of your funds for body-worn video cameras for Axon, as well as your DSCB. Axon's 3 cameras are also equipped with ALPR tech. At least 1,500 ALPRs, in fact, were active in LA in 2024. So I remind you all that what ALPRs were used for in the city in the past few years. You refused to seemingly release your ITB report from 2025 and to release your audit, so I'll give you the synopsis you seemingly lack. We know that way back in 2024, when your camera infrastructure was not as built out as it is now, ALPRs have over 1,400,000,000 hits, just about 451 hits a day per person per car, which means that cameras are picking us up every single day. Now, combine that with the fact that the cameras are still being used by the police to stalk their ex-girlfriends and ex-wives. Real-time live location data so that abusive men can stalk women. That's the state-sanctioned violence and state-sanctioned stalking that you're facilitating. Combine that daily ALPR reading with the fact that the camera data itself is sent to ICE. Real-time live location data so that ICE can stalk folks just because they don't have citizenship. Ripping mothers from their children, and it's all streamlined and facilitated through the network of thousands of ALPR cameras that you have throughout the city. You don't need a self-audit. I just did it for you in less than 3 minutes. Mass surveillance is used to hurt Angelinos. That data is shared with ICE and DHS. That data is used by police to stalk mothers, girlfriends, children, undocumented folks, protesters, abortion seekers, tax folks. Forget your audit. We all already know the truth. In fact, we've been telling it to you for over a year. Shut down all of your partnerships with Fuxk Safety and do not renew the contract from July 11th.
Yes. Woo!
Holy 10 o'clock!
Got it down.
Oh, yeah.
Buster. Shut that shit down.
Ma'am in the front row, this is your first.
Ma'am. Don't address me like that.
What, this is your first and only one. Thank you.
So, I too will talk about the discussion. In Palm Beach, this officer pulled a girl over. She had a cell phone in her right hand, and actually she did not have a right hand. So hopefully the LAPD doesn't do that. I looked up Keith Bursey. They walked up on him as a consensual contact, which really is racial profiling. And they did smell pot, and he did have a gun on him, and so they shot him when he tried to run away, but the initial contact was racist. These OI, all right, so today, OIS, you're not gonna put this in your brain, everything, but they charged Fernandez with 2 counts of assault, 2 counts of discharge, 1 count of exhibiting in the presence of a peace officer, and 1 count of exhibiting a firearm in general. But then the other dude today also, Sepulveda, you gave him 2 counts of attempted murder, but he shot in the air like this, but the police department was behind him, but they charged him with murder. Hernandez actually shot a police officer in the leg. He's not charged with murder. So who's making up these charges? This needs a psychological evaluation because it's stupid. They're not charging the same people with the same crime, but they did the same thing. So whoever is charging these people is an idiot and needs a psychological evaluation.
Oh my God, the police.
Okay. There's 30 million illegals. They're not gonna deliver 30 million. They're only gonna barely get to 4 million. So that's not gonna go far. But I did have a lot of numbers here. They were talking about Andreas and Brendan and Helica and all this stuff about how scared people are and all the debauchery that's going on. And a lot of it, some of that I do, but he said here, this guy, they're taking away the DACA permits, and they were talking about setting up a perimeter and directing traffic, and he called it a euphemism for covering up. He called it a euphemism, and actually, the euphemism that caused them, the euphemism is that they are flooding as many Mexicans in here as possible that have shot up black people, white people, Lions Gardens, Dogtown, all of LA. They just shot up in Martha's Vineyard, which is on the East Coast in Ireland. They were shooting, MS-13 was shooting people. Why? Okay, so the euphemism, and Guam's a convicted criminal, right? We should not be listening to a convicted criminal who came out of some organization. You're not allowed actually to listen to that. And they're not more to say.
Andrew Buechner?
Trying to hit Ehawk?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the consent agenda today, just deferring you all together. So you're so used to my order. So on the consent agenda, you discuss all these routine and non-controversial items, like destroying thousands of records that people might file CBRA requests to get. So again, you want to just hide all the records of your crimes by just destroying records from only a few years ago. These aren't even like, oh, you're destroying stuff from like, decades ago. This is from like 3 years ago. And it's apparently obsolete now, even though people might file a CPR request, even though people have pending CPR requests from before that time that you refuse to respond to because you haven't made up your excuse or why you can't fulfill it this time yet. That's why there's always unusual circumstances to file a CPR. It's because this department is coming up with some excuse for why they can't fulfill it this time. And it's always different. It's always, they get creative. They come up with some reason. It's usually nonsense. You can tell it's nonsense, but they come up with it anyway. They sure come up with it. So we have a very expensive $5,500 outdoor furniture donation at Operations West Bureau. Aren't like the lawn chairs like $50 at the store or something like that? You can buy this outdoor furniture fairly cheap. So who's getting rich off this here? So we have regular agenda items. We have comparison of outside agency police shootings. So as you can see, the LAPD is the most murderous police department in the nation. Then obviously the statistics you see from these other departments are ridiculous themselves, but this department is just shooting and killing people left and right. And it's all under the leadership of this racist MAGA police chief. So we have the presentation related to LAPD's crowd control act and media access. So they're gonna lie during this. The LAPD is under multiple restraining orders and court injunctions for aiding and abetting in ICE kidnappings, attacking the press, attacking protesters, and none of you will say anything. This guy should never even been appointed chief in the first place or recommended. And here we are. Speaking of which, let's go back to the chief's report. Don't think I forgot about you. The chief's report should be delivered in writing or limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Regardless of how long he takes, everyone should be able to speak, both the person on the phone, for the full 3 minutes. So he actually skipped like a month of meetings. I didn't know he was going to come back. He seemed unsure about it, though. He ran out for a few minutes and came back. I don't know what that was about. So fire this racist MAGA police chief. He's just lying. Violence is through the roof under this guy. LAPD violence. Assisting eyes lying about it.
Lady Smurf, what's up? Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. I love you all.
Thank you, Chip, Jim McDonald, and
I'm glad to see you today and
This is his excitement. He gets
remember
excited.
the old man. My English not good, and I come here at you for the advice to protect the UN government and then protect all American people, right and safe. And thank you for your support me. And I mean, we already done the job very good for America. The only thing like you share the information to American people and the world, and they all love you. But very important. And if you if you share the information, I mean, like no, it's very important. You not agree with me, but you have to respect the Jim.
No, we don't.
Man, serious. You know, like
That's what's bad.
no, I talk to everybody because America is nobody protect us. You know, like I come here asking him for to protect us. He agreed. It's good, you know. So look at American mental health is all over USA.
Sir, sir,
And
please.
the mental health crisis all over USA. And nobody's, you know, they don't care what you're talking, but they do care me when they talk to them because the corporation they don't care who you are. It's very dangerous. I told you, like the president, the Supreme Court, and the healthcare system. They don't care you. They kill everybody by medication. It's very dangerous. We need somebody and help us to fix the problem. That's very important. Otherwise, you're just fighting for nothing. It's very dangerous. Like I say, I asked him to recommend me to all American people and the world. Good for everybody. They will stop killing us. Otherwise, you just come here like in Jim McDonald. We blame the system. He's a good man. The system broken. Yeah, I don't, I'm not against you, but I just fight with the big system. That's the problem in America.
He's the problem in there.
Yeah, we blame the corporation. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So apparently,
And ma'am, both of you in the front, please can stop disrupting the meeting with comments. You've had an opportunity to speak and we'll hear from the next speaker.
I haven't had an opportunity to speak, Dummy.
Are they saving the best for last? Why the fuck they did this last time?
Do we have? We have 13.
Maybe 45.
Great, Zoe.
Michael Agerman.
Oh, Michael. Got that. Got Michael.
At last week's police commission, one of the Zoom callers made the same complaint that I've been making, that the police simply aren't doing their jobs. I've found that the police are failing to seriously investigate criminal allegations and are not making required records of allegations. I've offered a solution to this problem, which has the fourfold benefit of being the only thing they could do, having zero cost, making you look vaguely conscientious, and getting me to shut up. You should publicly ask the governor to have criminal investigators from the National Guard look into local government misconduct. I don't have any particular affection for the military, but I'm very convinced that this is the only thing which can solve the problem. Anything less will cause continued and needless suffering.
Good job, Michael.
Next, we have Daniel.
Yeah, I just want to echo everyone's very reasonable request that flock cameras are in all microphones, cameras, any sort of product flock sells. People with notepads that don't care are removed from the city, the county, the whole area, and all contracts and how much money we've all spent on it. Because it's not you guys spending the money; it's us spending the money
we pay you to do these things for some reason. Be removed from the city, show us all the contracts, and don't just switch to other surveillance. And when I left here, I care about accuracy. I'm tired, it's early, I work at night. And I left here feeling real dumb because I make mistakes and I feel dumb about it. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I said a thing about be used for more surveillance. We'll not keep people safe. We'll just raise money for some black hole that will get spent incorrectly for no benefit of the people. And it was because you guys have already done red light cameras in LA. So I said, don't switch from Flock. If you do ever decide to do the right thing and get rid of Flock cameras and every other device that they sell, don't just switch like Pepsi to Coke. Don't switch to some other surveillance, Spring cameras, anything like that, because I know that will get tried. They'll be like, it's not the same thing. But it's because we've wasted all the money on red light cameras. They didn't work. They caused problems. And now we're going to do speeding cameras. And that's not going to keep anyone safe. Use the money for infrastructure. Cut the LA budget. Use the money for infrastructure. Make people's lives better. And then things will improve. Crime's down. Your stats keep saying crime's down. So let's cut the police budget. Crime goes up. You increase the police budget. Crime goes down. You must be doing a good job. Increase the police budget. The officers in this city cost $360,000 per officer per year. I see the same ones at every protest collecting overtime, standing around. Gambling problems, I don't know, but that money can be used for many great services in this place that we all like to live. None of you guys like to live here. You guys drive in, you cause traffic, infrastructure sucks. I looked up the street maintenance budget, including sidewalks, bike lanes, things that actually kill people in the city. 150 bicyclists and pedestrians are killed every year in the city, just in the city limits. And it's $200 million a year. Your budget's 3.6 billion. That's 18 times the budget versus something that would actually keep people safe. You guys come and do paperwork at the most after something's happened. You look at surveillance after something's happened. You don't actually prevent crime. Improving people's lives will cut down on mental health crises, will cut down on people getting killed crossing the street, and actually keep people safe. You guys are just there to clean up the mess of a dysfunctional society afterwards.
Eric Anders.
My name is Eric. I'm a photographer who's been documenting the city's response to ICE for a year this week. I've spoken here several times this year trying to understand how the LAPD can possibly claim that they don't collaborate with ICE, and we've all seen it happen. In February, for example, I watched the LAPD arrest a man who just been hit by an ICE agent's car, while the ICE agent was dressed like the Boogaloo Boy, sat on the trunk of an LAPD squad car and watched them do his bidding. That incident didn't show up in the LAPD's report to this commission about interactions with ICE. So I'm here to put it all on the record, to lay it out. As we've been trying to get out for a year, the LAPD is narrowly defining immigration enforcement actions as only moments where ICE grabs something. The rep from the OIG said as much back in April, that what happens at the Metro Detention Center is quote, related to immigration enforcement, but is not where the activities occur. This whole semantic game is asinine. I know some of you have at least been pretending to care. Tasha, you admitted back in May that you're scared of limiting the LAPD's collaboration in case it makes the Trump administration mad. Well, I want you guys to know that Councilmember Nithya Rahman is now on the record admitting there is a loophole in the Sanctuary City Ordinance. In May, she wrote back to me online, and I quote, "You're right that there is a gap between how the Sanctuary City Ordinance defines immigration enforcement and the broader bureaucratic collaboration document. That as mayor, I commit to auditing and closing that gap. Many residents simply do not trust that the collaborating with ICE, only a transparent can tell us the truth with clear, demonstrable changes in practices that will restore the public's trust. You don't have to wait for her to maybe be mayor. You're hearing a presentation today about LAPD's crowd control tactics. If you really care about fixing this, I will ask him about Nithya Rahman admitting that they've been exploiting a loophole to crack down on protesters on ICE's behalf. Get them on the record. Let's drop this semantic bullshit and just be honest about what's happening.
Every week the disease that sits here lies to y'all and y'all don't do anything about it. This man lied about it last 3 hours, said that he pointed a gun at officers when his own body cam from his own officers doesn't show him pointing the gun at any officers. It shows that he shot you, Kelly, before he could even respond to any commands. And this man said he refused to listen to commands. But none of y'all want to mention his name. Nobody, one of you guys want to say anything about it. This man lied about immigration working with ICE, with LAPD working with ICE. It's been documented over and over and over again on video of them helping ICE kidnap people. And you guys just let him do it. This man has lied about giving license plate information, and now he's using Fuxk as a loophole to get around state law. Saying, well, it's not us. We're not giving ICE the license plate reader information. It's Fuxk. Even though they're the ones collecting it, even though they're the ones using it. You guys don't do anything, and I know we all know and understand that. And the reason why we come here is because every single week people come here and expose how corrupt y'all are, how ineffective you are. I say this often when I'm here. You guys are the best advertisement for abolishing the police. That's why we keep coming here. That's why we keep telling people to come here and filming y'all. Because the more we come here and expose this, the more people realize that the police are fucked up and don't have any service or purpose here in the city of Los Angeles or anywhere. And I ask you guys every week, but I don't even know why, because you guys are soulless voids of beings. Like, doesn't that make you mad that they put you on this commission and they do anything? Doesn't that make you mad? You actually like care, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll get back to you, and you never hear. That doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother you that they think you're so like useless of a person. They think you have no backbone, no spine. That they put you on this commission because they know you'll just do whatever this man says. Doesn't that bother you? It bothers me, but I don't know. I'm different from y'all. Y'all are weird, so I can't I can't even put myself in y'all's shoes because y'all are weirdos, and there's nothing in common with you. Get rid of this disease which you own. You need to hold him accountable and stop saying Keith Parker. His name is Keith Porter Jr. And hold him to the fire to at least to arresting the officer who killed him. And say Elias Riel's name.
Yeah, Elias Riel. Elias Riel. Elias Riel. Elias Riel.
Sheila? There's a report on body worn cameras. Let me break it down for you. First, body cams are merely surveillance of us as community, weaponized against us, even though they are sold to the people as a mechanism of accountability and transparency. There is no accountability here ever. There is no transparency. Any semblance of either of those always comes from us, the people, and at the expense of us. Body cam footage is packaged and served up to the public to justify the murder of our people by pigs. The reality is there is no justification ever. No murder is ever in policy by the means of the people. Talking about both training for law enforcement to work with victims and also the cadet program in the same agenda would be laughable if it wasn't so incredibly fucked up. Police inflict additional trauma. I was a sexual assault crisis counselor for over 10 years. Let me tell you, pigs add to the trauma. Also, the cadets are at the cadet program. Police have been complicit in actually sexually assaulting and raping cadets. Policing at large is a source of this trauma. National Night Out is nothing more than propaganda. The 10-year comparison of shootings by police is not shocking. It is exactly what we've always known. The people give a report every fucking week. LAPD and all police are violence workers. LAPD has the highest number of any police department for most years. Of note, this is only shootings. This is not including in custody deaths or death by tasers. That means it didn't include Waukesha Wilson and it didn't include Keenan Anderson. There was a 62% increase last year. This was under this jackass's tenure. This is one of many reasons why we say fire McDonald. Additionally, the stalling of the case of Keith Porter, not Parker jackass, is wholly intentional. Tabor, you finally asked, but even you couldn't get his name right. And you asked this last week, that should have been given back to McDonald. McDonald should have been ready and prepared for the report this week, but shocking he wasn't. They didn't say shit about it. Imagine what it was if you were his family. It's been 6 months. 6 months. Last week, I ran into an actual sign that said 24/7 recording, Fuxk Safety. This is where you have the audacity to say it, but we know they're everywhere. End the partnership now. We refuse to allow the stalker state to surveil and harm our communities. The verbal presentation about protest can be made real simple. Stop abusing people. You shot somebody who was pregnant. You shot multiple people in the eye. This is wild that we even have to talk about this. You have brutalized elders and youth, literal children, high school students who walked out of their schools because they wanted to say something about the fact that ICE is terrorizing their communities. Y'all are nothing more than a rubber stamp body. Rasha, you're finally fucking looking at me, but do something. Do something.
Thank you.
Do something. No, not thank. If you said you meant thank you would actually do something to hold them accountable. You would ensure that this video had justice and that the cops and that the cops who killed him were named, decertified, and fired.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about you?
Keith Porter, say his name.
Keith Porter. Keith Porter. Keith Porter. Victor Carrillo.
Victor Carrillo. Victor Carrillo.
William Cook.
Good morning. So once again, Chief gave his weekly report. Crime is down once again. It's been down week after week, month after month, year after year for 4 years. Crime is down. At the same time, the number of officers are also down. Week after week, month after month, year after year, fewer officers. So we're accomplishing, where this demonstrates that you don't need more cops to reduce crime.
That's right.
Now, these guys went and whined to the city council and demanded more money so they can hire more cops. And they got what they were looking for. Me personally, I know better than to think that we actually need more cops. And Friday night, I wanted to show an example of this. I went by the Hollywood police station behind it where I knew I'd find a bunch of cops doing absolutely nothing. During prime time, right? 11:30 at night on Friday night, the busiest time of the week, and they were sitting back there doing nothing. Not all of them were doing nothing. I know it's one cop put a pipe in their mouth and smoked something, and a big puff of smoke came out. They were hotboxing in the car. City staff, we were trying to get their information. They took me on a slow speed chase around Hollywood. I finally got their serial number and identified. So here are these cops, like I said, violating LAPD policy, 210.65 LAPD policy. But the most ironic thing happened 45 minutes later. I go to Hollywood Boulevard and I see a police stop at me. I go to find out what the stop was about. Guess what it was for?
Weed smoking.
Not even that. They were smoking a vape. Guys were sitting in a car, smoking a vape, and the cops came up and pulled them out and handcuffed them and put them against the wall and searched their car. Classic pretextual stop. But I just think it's funny that the assumption was at the time that they were vaping, it was actually weed smoke or something else. So I made the assumption that that cop that was smoking in hotbox in the car was smoking something other than vape. Marijuana, crack, super meth. That's for you guys to figure out. But it just goes to show you that there is this huge hypocrisy in the LAPD. You sit there and harass people for doing the same things that you were doing. And again, that stop that they did was more than just pretextual stop. It was biased policing. It was an unlawful search. You guys are trying to make up some bullshit and justify it. Just understand, people who were in that car, they were not cited for smoking weed. And they were given the keys back to drive away. There was the field test done. So don't hand me some bullshit that they were actually smoking weed. And I'm gonna tell you right now, what's going to happen is nothing. Because you guys don't hold cops accountable. That's why your reputation's in the dumps, and that's why you're having a hard time hiring officers who's gonna continue that. Fuck you, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave.
Okay, guys. Bye, guys. See you. Okay, I'm gonna try to. Here, you get your taste.
You know if city council's going on?
I don't know. I was gonna. They're always. I feel every time I get there, like 10, 20, they're leaving. But I'm always like, I always go check it out. And if I can make it, I can make it. Sometimes they stay longer. Yeah. Sometimes like, oh, random Tuesday they stay longer. That man is just pure fire. You.
What the hell?
They're talking about how badass you are. That's so crazy. I saw that too.
And they took me on a chase.
Oh, maybe I saw it on the thing.
I had to follow them around on the scooter.
I like how you said slow chase, slow ride. They're like, they're probably like stoned trying to get away from me. Are you going to city or you go that way?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
All right.
Love you, streets. See you soon. It smells like. Okay, well, there you go. Streets is off to do something else. I'm gonna see what's happening. Let's see. Let's go this way. I want to see what's happening. Otherwise, I'll be back here tomorrow. Oh, here's this guy. Thank you guys all for being here. It's a lot of slow work, All of it is slow, but everything counts. Everything counts. Oops. Okay. We'll see if we can still get a comment in at City Hall, City Council. If not, Irish Mart. Thank you all for being here and being awesome. Sorry, I'm not as cool and smooth as Audit. She has her smooth rolls and all of her little. She knows how to keep up with the chat. That's for sure. Okay, are you guys still with me? Did we freeze? Am I losing battery? Do we still have the energy to commence, to continue and commence? Oh, there we go. Kelly's listening. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Everybody else is on somebody else's stream, I'm assuming. Audit can't go 20 minutes. Oh, probably can't, right? Yeah. She's like, wait a minute, I need to see what's happening here. Is everybody okay? She's like, am I on? She's like, hello, can you hear me? She responds away to you guys like as if you're gonna answer out loud, like with a voice in the chat to her. Yes, we can hear you. She's so funny. They're lost of words. Yep. He just puts them right in check. Okay, so, I wonder if this is all for the city meeting. I wonder if I'm gonna have to wait or they're waiting to go in. Okay, chat, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can still get into city meeting. Here we go. Hey, you guys are going in the in the screener. Yes. Okay, here we go. Do I need another one or go to city for the council? Yeah, if I can still get public comment. And that one. I want them to know. Okay, good. They're still doing city. We'll see though. We never know. Sometimes I get up there and like, oh, they just finished public comment. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okie dokie. Oh yes, I saw that. So this Friday, he's supposed to be showing up to Hollywood, and we should definitely be protesting that. What is it for again? And Anne, thank you again so much for the memberships. Okay, let's see if we can catch any public comments. Oh, that guy's pumping him up. He's like, you came here to earn your right. Oh, I wonder if they, oh man, I wonder if they're still doing it. I see audit already would have signed me up. Totally not signed up. General public comment. Lara, go. Lara FM. Okay, submit, go. Okay, let's see. See if they'll still get me. Let's see. Ooh, it's a full house. Woo! It's okay, it's okay. Oh man, they ran out of little agenda. Hi, Toby here. Audit's not here today. I feel so low. Yeah. There's no little agenda meeting no more. I'm probably just gonna do general, but just in case, I always like to get it anyways. Thank you. I respectfully and strongly urge the council to support this. Look at this guy. Who's this guy? Just give me that. I need a little packet.
You are. I'm not. Wait.
He's telling him to that I can get him. Did you get him? Okay. See, that's very sweet. I'm why not, right? You're protect. Yes. Yeah. That's why I'm here. No. When I don't have audit here. What are you gonna do?
Oh, good.
Oh, you said I'm
You'll
good.
be able to speak, but I have to like bring this
Keep
thing
it
down.
clear. Yeah. No, I'm gonna go chill in it. Yeah.
I got you. Oh, he's gonna get you an agenda.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, isn't that so sweet?
That way you know what you're talking about.
Well, I do general public, but then if there's like last time, number 13, I remember it clearly. It was like, you get Scientology off your permits. You have the authority.
Hey, how did you already have your show? It's still coming up.
I had one
Yeah.
and I'm having another one
Okay.
June 28th at the Upbeat. The Upbeat
Okay. Nothing like that.
downtown, I think, or like maybe not part. Offbeat bar. Upbeat. It's gonna be upbeat.
Offbeat bar.
Offbeat bar the 28th early. It's gonna be like afternoon show, probably like 4 or 5. Yeah. It's like for yeah, for like a nonprofit or something that helps immigrants. Like,
As a teacher, and say that we've not.
because I keep these anyways. I keep them for I learn all the emails, who's who. Is your Dusty? Hi, Dusty.
And we do allow all residents in LA to be able to vote on people who are.
I can't say hi until you say smell nice and good.
Lara coming in?
No, that's why I said I have to get Dusty as part of.
I put in her name, so they call it go.
Did you put mine? Oh, okay. Okay, if they put Audit LA, he put Audit LA. Thank you. Oh, Dusty, my little baby.
Look at that LAPD.
Yeah, I just did my comment. Look at him. He's giving you all kisses.
Was it a big crowd?
Medium. So cute. Okay. I'm gonna go chill. Oh, look, there's Goat Guy too. Look at all these gadflies.
My name was called. I told him, I'm like, what's dude? Oh, yeah. He told me that that's fine. He said, when you come up to the fence, he said, he's better time. He goes, don't you know? But when he said,
Okay, guys, I'm gonna read the agenda. Go sit down for a minute.
Thank you. And I am a mother of citizen before my children. I've lived in Los Angeles for over 3 decades. En este momento, como la comunidad beneficiaria en una comunidad en la ciudad vivimos en unos 135 millones de inmigrantes.
And quickly go right. Case there's a specific one.
Económico de la ciudad. And as residents of Los Angeles, we have to contribute culturally, folklorically, and also economic growth in this city. Yo estoy aquí hoy este día porque me siento curiosa de vivir aquí en Los Ángeles. And I'm here today because I'm proud to live in Los Angeles. Agradecida por las oportunidades que he tenido en este país. And I'm thankful for the opportunities that I have had in this country. Y estoy aquí para alzar mi voz y agradecer a los
Okay, cool. I'll talk to Audit.
Voy a interpretar la última parte de su comentario, pero usted le acabó de decir que no puede dar más de su comentario. I'm here to use my voice.
Thank you. Thank you, Jackie.
I'm a resident of Rocky.
Received money, Public Safety Committee. And I'm just talking about Hendrik Moxon and James Richardson and Christian Peterson. And then I'm gonna talk about the fact again to Hugo about the streeping closed down without a fucking permit.
Okay, un momento, señora. Permítame que me my Gustavo. I've been living in Echo Park as a resident for 30 years. I am an immigrant from Mexico. And I'm here to support as a
Okay, I'm gonna just hold the agenda, but I'm just gonna do public comment. Might get a T if it's gonna be another because there's all these people over there.
Before the next week again,
Mhm.
my name, Dr. Leonardo Lopez, Geronimo Bulgari, Mr. Waka, George Magallanes, Sam Brown, Fidel Vasquez.
Okay, I still have like 20 minutes basically. Okay, I'm gonna go quick.
They call Laura?
Not yet.
I thought they did. I thought they said Laura.
I'm just grabbing tea and coming out.
Okay.
Because it's gonna take like 15 minutes. Look, all these people.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
be done.
it'll take
They take my tea real quick. They
Okay.
just put a boop, 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 steam my milk. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Perfect.
If not, just call me directly.
You good. I'll let you know.
Yes. Lala? Yeah, they're calling you. Okay, guys. I told the warning. Just call me.
Agenda is the motion that I'll discuss.
Oh man. Okay, people, I'm gonna grab my tea because I'm obsessed. And we'll see, it's 11, 12, 11:30, 12:30. Man. Okay, it's going. Oh, I need to go down. Down one. Ooh, it's going down, down, down. Number 2. Go get my tea. Okay, so yes. Hey, Laura and everyone. I know I'm late. Want to say hi, 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 hi. What's up? We're on number. Oh God, you're on the right floor or on the food floor because it smells like food, like yummy, delicious cooked bread or cookies with coffee, and it smells so freaking good. Oh my God. Okay.
She had something on there.
Hi, honey. I think I'm gonna do my sandwich.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do sandwich, guys, because even though they're so fucking expensive. Hi. Okay, can I do the large? Ooh. Ooh. These two. For some reason, I feel like the Stash brand is the best. Okay, those two and pure almond milk. I mean, sorry, oat milk, and steamed. Yeah, in the same cup, large, and all steamed milk, no water.
So it's gonna be like this. 1 tea, and then you charge tea bag. Okay. Extra you charge.
And 2, yeah. And then I'm gonna do 4 honey, oat milk steamed.
So you want the 4 honeys inside?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And this, and can I get 3? Can I get 3 mayos for this? And 1 mustard.
Okay. Me?
A Lara. And you know what? I'm gonna get my cinnamon roll because there's only 1 left.
Yeah.
Lara, Lara.
And you want the warmed up?
No, it's okay.
No?
Yeah, it's okay.
23. No.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. I normally would for like a second, but
So you said 3.
okay, hold on, guys. Yes, please. Yes, please. Por favor. 3 mayos, 1 mustard. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. Perfect. That will go in here. I'm so glad I did 2 things today that I only thought I was gonna do once. Okay, we got cinnamon roll, that, and it's okay. Thank you. Notes. I said, give me that. Cool. Thank you.
Welcome. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, look at this. My battery is, I'm getting low battery too, which is perfect because I guess not perfect. Let me know if you guys still get reception right here. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out. What's in my head? And I'm feeling a little peculiar. Ah, you got this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we did, ow, I just banged it elbow. So I did the police commission this morning and then I just did, I'm waiting for my tea, but we just did, I just signed up for the public comment. They didn't call me yet, so I'm gonna wait 3 minutes, 4 minutes, just kidding. I'm literally just waiting for my tea and then we're gonna go back down. Did I hear Lara? No, they didn't steam it that fast. And this time I wanna pull up both of these books. I'm gonna pull up both of these books. I have only 1 minute for city public comment. So I'm gonna pull up both of these books and then I'm gonna show how they say, oh, the way to happiness, blah, 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 blah. And then how like my dad literally put his own face and made it personal and then goes to these hockey games and the whatever games, the Kings games, and is like, here's the way to happiness when their whole intention is to recruit people into Scientology and take over their fucking lives and make them feel like they're getting help and all this love and support when they're really being completely controlled by this cult of Scientology. So that's for my public comment. This sandwich, oops, I got to put you guys down here. Here, you guys can go there. This sandwich is going to be for my ride back. And my mayonnaise and my mustards. I also brought this other thing, but yeah, I'll show you guys the divorce member. I don't know if I'll have time to do that in 1 minute. 1 minute public comment. So either way, I have my, oh, and I was gonna maybe go do something fun with Ashley, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that today, but maybe we can do it tomorrow. I gotta text Ashley. Ashley, if Ashley's listening or if Ashley comes in the chat, let me know so I can catch her vibe and see what she's feeling. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the tea and the cinnamon roll. I'll be right. Actually, you guys can stay here. Do you want to be weird? Stay here. I'll be back. Yeah. Okay. They said, you just came alone today? They're asking, where's Audit? They just don't know her name she goes by Audit. But I was like, oh, you mean Audit? They're probably like, why does she keep calling her Audit? Wouldn't that be funny if I named my child Audit? Okay, guys, let's get down to this public comment for the city. Let's go bug. Oops, sorry. Let's go bug Let's go bug these guys. Let's go bug the city. Let's go unsafe point. Sorry if it's a little bumpy, guys. I don't have my stick. Oh, we're going up. Oh yeah. Up. Yay! I don't have my stick or my thing with me. I just totally forgot it. So I'm sorry, not sorry, but sorry. Let's rock and roll. Okay, number 3. And this way. We'll be back here tomorrow, Wednesday, for Public Works. But today I'm just trying to get into the city for my public comment period. Sorry, I only have one hand and it's holding the books and the tea. Gotta make sure I get in for my public comment. Here we go. I'm gonna be calm about this. Hold on.
Hi, my name is Lara. Look at the state of worker here on Los Angeles. Strong in favor in motion of the commercial anti-harassment. Please vote yes to this motion. The second implement the commercial anti-harassment. Far too long, every small leadership has been operating without no safety net against abusive landlords.
Did you help me on the phone? Did your birthday February? No. Okay, because the guy who helped me on the phone was also an Aquarius like me. So, oh, that's all I'll find out.
Or and position.
Michael.
Bet or with money that they don't have to the division. So I've heard teachers and throughout the strong results we have on this one.
Audit says well done under.
What would you like to speak to?
My name is Tiffany Bradley, and I'm here today to ask the city council to please put the review ban back on the agenda.
Not yet, waiting. Did they call you? You're not gonna bother? If they call about it right now, LFM, then you should take this today.
This ban would allow the implement torture to be banned from these.
I can talk to Mr. Cool after the meeting because I was thinking it's gonna be a meeting. Yeah.
No much more peace for the cattle and horses in these rodeo. Some of these cats are requirements against cats that are 4 to 6 months old. These innocent animals have no choice but to be forced to participate in these rodeos. So I'm asking you again today to be on the right side of history.
Woo!
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Good morning, Gerald Bonner.
It's your 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Geronimo Woody. I'm in Silmar, California, and I'm here to support our fortress and everything that comes behind it. You have heard everything from all the previous gentlemen, and you've heard the opposition. Mr. Pop Louisville had the opportunity to meet with us in person, sir. In person, 2 years and a half. We met here and we did the same thing. We walked the walk, again, with family. And it's time to put this and bury it once and for all. He was the one
Fucking Hugo just chatting.
and everyone else in the audience that see the break that we put together, where people enjoy culture and do things in a harmony way, where nothing is unbelievable. I mean, we can have a versus and everything that goes along with it.
It changes everyone that's taking these grades and they're motivated. And I don't feel that they say, you know what? I don't feel that about it. That's
Comment regarding my report. It's the Bosch County California Resource Association. According to the bill, and that's $1.6 million to the California general economy. We have had 2 years from the last solution in December to meet with Councilman Rubenthal. Never happened. City Attorney recognition never happened. The electric meeting in San Fernando Valley is a fall for that $11.6 billion. We are asking that this council.
We're all talking. Only one listening is the city attorney slightly.
3 weeks. He is now saying ICE and Border Patrol are anti-rodeo. Well, Border Patrol has consistently funded the safety classes at every rodeo. It has nothing to do with the city of Los Angeles. So please do not agendize any new motions. Honor the motion that was passed in December and meet with us if you're going to do anything. Thank you.
Woo!
City council to vote yes in the motion for commercial tenants anti-revenue ordinance. Minority owned legacy businesses are the economic backbone for our
guys.
targeting and systematic. Landlords are intentionally using bad faith tactics of becoming critical building repairs, ignoring structural issues, and certain extremely rent hikes. Support long-term tenants also we can free, and redevelop. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, streets, yes.
Thanks for your 1 minute, Black.
First of all, I want to congratulate council member Robin for moving on to the governor election. It came on strong in the last couple of weeks. And so here you go. That council was on. You're well aware of how great pop is was filed for the 51 when she got a whole erase their had annual taxes for their one and a half seconds for even so you on that whole I think if I could speak out and demand that you know the council across the least I gotta tell you I'm supposed to spread the crap and he's trying to guess he should be set to the DA. I think he is about to be like I think for I think you know I hear that he said if you want me to
Yes. Yeah. Wow. No, we need it. Give us an hour.
We started public comment at 10:18. It is now 11:30. We have public comment in an hour. We're sorry we couldn't get to everybody, but we allowed public comment. We want to.
Thank you. I just wanted to take a moment to thank.
Wow. They're closing the public comment. They're closing the public comment, guys. Streets was the last one.
Please do not disrupt the council.
again, we took over an hour of public comment. We appreciate everyone being here. If you'd like to provide additional written public comment, either because we ran out of time or because we ran out of time, to philadelphiacouncilcomment.com. But we cannot disrupt this meeting. That's not good.
Thank you. It was derived by a mailer that was sent to many members like Mary and I.
It's all theater. It's all theater. All right, kids.
I'll wait for.
Actually, I'm just gonna hold it. Huh? Yeah, you gonna be here tomorrow? We'll be here tomorrow. You're inspired to speak, and sometimes I speak. You've got the inspiration.
Why you kids in concern. And it's a plan of this. And I think that is kind of a last ditch effort to suggest that I can do one
Guys, it's freezing. It was too hot. He broke the camera. Let's see here. Always Marcy, there should be none in camera. At least you guys were left with the goodness. Okay, off of me, onto the hotties. Phone died. Sorry, guys. Bollocks. Sergeant Handsome. Oh, guys. Don't make him put on his glasses, guys. Oh yeah, it's gonna get a little wild up in here. I have to hold my battery phone while I do this. So what if I'm gonna pat you down my duty? What? I said, watch out, I'm gonna pat you down my duty. I have you. No hands, no hands. Oh, that's good like that, huh? Okay, it's becoming a riot in here, guys. I better get on my merry way. Look at these cute outfits, though. Not gonna lie. It's the rodeo against the animal. All the rodeo people and people against the abuse. I just needed uniform and I can blend in with you guys. I'm just like, hey, how are you? Great. Put my hands on my belt. I should put Scientology as a cult on a all up and down so you guys stare at my ass. Book Scientology is a cult. You're like protesting, bringing attention to the problem, the abuse. It does work. Can't kick me out. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put Scientology as a cult on my left booty and my right booty. Maybe the council members will start paying attention. Who called the Cowboys? What? You say, who called the Cowboys? It's like the cops and cowboys. Okay. So see you tomorrow. You gonna be around tomorrow?
No, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did police and then I missed this, but it's okay.
I just missed it.
Yeah. Well, no, I was here, but I saw how many people. And so I was like, I'm probably not going to get called. And then the streets gets called in. I closed the comment. I was like, that's some bullshit. William, dude.
You calling?
Yeah. I was like, you fuck. He got in. I don't even know if they called it. We probably just went out.
I think he probably just got in like
Yeah. I should have just done that. I should have done that.
one of the guys actually just they called it and some of those people when I called them just got in line.
Yeah. I should have done that.
They got jit.
It's BS. That's what happens. Okay, well, see you, Manani.
I don't know.
Mananas. I'll be one booty. It's a cult. The other. Okay, bye. Okay, guys. Yeah, lots of cowboys and rodeo. Cowboys and rodeo. Hi, Donnie.
Where's the other Gina?
Tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow. She had an appointment today. We miss you. We'll see you tomorrow. I said we miss you. All right, guys. Well, that was good. It sucks I didn't get comment, but I mean it was a full house. And it's the Cowboys against the, I guess whatever their opposition is. I'm assuming it's the people against animal abuse or something. We're going downtown. Yeah, down.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I just felt bad. You guys were all waiting. Thank you.
Some people went up to Monica's office.
No, you're good. Come on.
The hat might not, but you will. Yeah. Oh. Okie dokie, chitter chatters. Well, love you all. I'm part of the house now. I mean, I blend right in. I got my boots on. All right, my little chillins. Oh, is everybody okay here? Oh. Yikes. Jesus. Yiminy. Literally drove right in. Yiminy chimney. I hope he's okay. Seems okay. Okay. I mean, the ambulances are asking him if he's okay, so. Okay. I want to put my books in the bag, so hold on. I'm going to set this down. Set you guys down. But he's still on. Whoops. You're still on the charger, so you got to stay up like that. Ooh, it's going to fall. Okay. Boom, blaka, binga, blaka, blak, boom, blak. All right, we need my sunnies. All right, chat. Well, that was the day. Today was the day of the day. Day of the Lara being a big girl without my amazing partner, sidekick, or whatever you call what do you call that? Your wingman. Audit LA, I love you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Is that all? Is there anything else I need to bring up? I look cool like this, huh? Thank you guys so much. I know I got a little emotional. I did not expect them. There's a lot of random things that trigger me on the police commission meetings. And it could be like, and you're separating our family and you can, and it, so it just starts the triggering. And so then they called me and I was like, ah, I was like still in the middle of it. So I hope it sounded okay. And I always feel like every time I'm coming with the hard message. So as long as they're able to receive it. Okay, chat. Let me know if there's anything else I need to do before I go. I love you guys so much. I will definitely be here tomorrow. Longer day. And yeah, all that goodness. Thank you, everybody that was in the chat. And for all of you who stayed the whole time, checking in on me, being amazing. Love you all. I was telling Sergeant Clark tomorrow I'm going to come with my left ass cheek that says Scientology's a cult, and the right ass cheek will say revoke Scientology's tax exempt status. Or I can come in that, and I could come in with a sign for Public Works specifically that says stop Public Works giving Scientology permits or something like that. So I'm going to go figure that out. I'm going to go to the desert, make some signs, feed the kitties, heal, do more unpacking and learning and loving and living my life. I'm going to go. Actually, I won't. I don't know. I'm going to, let's see, it's 12 o'clock. Yeah. I'm going to call my friend here and see what I'm going to do. Maybe we'll grab some lunch right now before I head out. We'll see. If so, and I end up doing anything that's Scientology or protesty or anything like that, I will go live. So stay tuned on Lara FM, LFM TV. Remember when I used to say that? Oh, welcome to LFM TV, SPTV. Welcome to SPTV, LFM. No, it would be LFM, SPTV. All right, guys. Well, love you all. Hopefully, if any of you all are still in here. See you very soon. Bye-bye.